Well, obviously, when it comes to cohabitation, the main issue centres around housing. In terms of housing and cohabitation, there is a problem, and it's been ongoing for a significant number of years. And it is simply that there is no actual area of law that protects cohabitees. Married people have the Matrimonial Causes Act, same-sex couples have the Civil Partnership Regulations, but cohabitees have nothing in terms of a specific area that protects them. They must rely in these circumstances on housing and trust law. And housing and trust law can be quite brutal, it can be harsh, and it certainly lacks the benevolence of matrimonial-based legislation. And what you can find in the individual who's on the wrong end of such legislation can feel very hard done by at the conclusion of a set of proceedings. When people come and see me further to a breakdown in their cohabitational relationship, what they want to do is talk about the circumstances around the time of the breakdown of the relationship. It's understandable. However, from a legal point of view, what's far more important is what happened around the time a property was purchased. Was there different types of ownership discussed? Was there different contributions? Was there a trust deed entered into? And most importantly, what was the common intention of the two of you at the time you bought the property? You can ask your conveyancing solicitor about different types of ownership, and they should give you some advice about this in any event. You might want to go further and enter into a trust deed outlining your percentage interest in the property going forward, especially if the contributions are dissimilar. You might want to go even further and have a full-blown cohabitation agreement drafted at the time in question. And what this can do is not only outline your percentage interest in the property, but it can also talk about who is to contribute to what going forward in terms of repair and maintenance, and unfortunately what is to be done, what are the percentage shares and entitlements on exit from your relationship. As I said earlier, there's a need to focus on what happened at the time you purchased the property and what your common intention was at the time. You might want to look at accruing documents, whether they're emails, text messages, or paper documents showing a chain of events which display common intention at the time you purchased the property. This will help the solicitor to give you full and accurate advice on where you stand on these matters generally. Well, at Bird & Lovibond, we offer a fixed fee appointment where I can discuss with you what your likely outcome is in respect of circumstances. But what I would say about costs is a properly drafted trust deed or cohabitation agreement at the time you are to purchase property is a lot more cost effective, a lot less costly than expensive litigation attempting to show through words and action what was really meant by the parties because it hasn't been documented properly at the time in question.